Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to do it in the RV. I got the grandkids inside. The RV is slowly, if you can see behind the camera, turning into a mobile ham radio communication station. And we're going to be starting to use this real soon in the winter. So stay tuned for those videos, as well as on the Ponderosa channel, my other channel, the link is in the description. We're going to start bombarding that channel with videos as I use this thing and everything. Not only ham radio, but whatever I want to see. Check the link below for that channel as well. Now, this is the Icom 705, and a lot of people are familiar with the Icom 705. This is by far one of my favorite QRP radios I've ever had. It is widely known by a lot of people at Parks on the Air, Summits on the Air, QRP, and Field Day, and wherever. Right now, I have this sitting on a 3D printed Gigaparts little wedge stand, right? And this is the way I normally operate it, is like this on a table. But what if you wanted to have a go bag specifically designed for the 705? And I'm not talking just to throw it in the bag. Watch the video. This is custom made by W2HVH, W2HVH.com. You've seen the video first about a year ago. It's my neighbor. It's right down the road. And we were at the Miracle Mile Fingers, as we call it, doing a QRP Saturday, and he showed me the one. That video was as a little tease a year ago on my channel. And he said, I'm going to start making these one day. I made the video. Next thing you know, he's at Orlando Ham Fest selling these things. He sold out by noon, okay? So you may have seen this on another video, but I'm going to show you how awesome it is to install this and how easy to install this 705 into this Go Kit. And everything you need is on that plate on the top. So stick with it. We're going to, and you know what, by the way, this is what I used to use. This is one of 50 in the world, the HamRadioConcepts Pelican case. But man, then you gotta take it apart and take everything out, and you're using it like this. This thing is, once it's installed, unzip, deploy, boom, and away you go. We're gonna check this out right now. So the W2HVH Icom 705 complete mountable Go Kit. Let me show you all about this. The cool thing about this is it is custom made to fit the Icom 705 in here with the handles, and basically there's a battery installed inside, a Bio battery to keep it powered. You have external connections everywhere here, so you can plug everything in on the front of this without having to get to the side of the radio. All right, and we're gonna take this out and I'm gonna show you how we're going to install this and how easy it is. All right. Now, by the way, he did use a Gator case. These are Gator cases. I had one for very many bass guitars I had in my day. And the Gator case has a zipper pocket in the front so that you can put accessories in here, and there's a carrying handle. And this bag here as well has all the parts we need to finish this. Now, this is not a kit. If you want to look at this up close, he's done everything here. Very nice and neat. CNC machined, you know, and made to where you get a set of instructions and you can put it together very simply, and then you slide it in and away you go. There is a Bio in here. This is a 3 amp hour, and I think he also makes it with a 4.5 amp hour. This is designed to be used with the Icom 705 and the tuner for the 705, which can mount here. Now, I don't have the tuner. I have a tuner, I don't have the tuner. So in this video, I'm going to show you putting this thing in and setting it up. But again, on the bottom right here, there's a screw hole and a hardware that comes so that you could, with the cable and stuff, you could use this to put the tuner inside and have the tuner and everything built inside this unit, okay? So we're going to look at the instructions first. And again, the link is in the description. This is, here you go. I'm going to read this for you right now. Okay? All right. A few simple steps to follow when you are ready to install your IC-705 and tuner. And if you don't have a tuner, like I don't, it's okay, because you can bypass that. Remove the chassis from the bag by pulling on each handle a little bit at a time. Here we go. Here's the chassis. All right. All right. This will allow the chassis to come out easy. Cut and remove the wire ties that have the long tails still on them. All the other wire ties can remain. So the way he did this was, there are some wire ties or zip ties in here that for shipping, he zip tied them for shipping. But now that it's here, see this? This is going to be cut off, and there's new ones included in the bag so that we can get these routed to the 705 and then zip tie the slack. All right? Same thing, like the little zip ties here, right here, those are staying. Those are all staying nice and neat. But the ones with the long tails, got one here, got one here, got one here. These are all for shipping. All right, so we're gonna, this one. So we're gonna take these off right now. Okay, it looks like there was about 5 of them that I had to cut off. Now these are here so that I can get to, the antenna connector and everything. All right, next up, and there's the 5 there. Next up, slide the radio in between the chassis and faceplate close enough to make the connections to all of the plugs, ground wire, and antenna cable. Do not install a radio mounting screw at this time. If you install the speaker plug, remember that it will not get audio from the speaker on the face of the radio. Okay? So to get any audio, you will have to have something plugged into the speaker jack on the Go Bag faceplate. This is a function of Icom, and I do not have any workaround for it. Basically, yes, if you want the speaker audio out of the front of the radio, the one for speaker you do not plug in, okay, because then it comes out of the speaker on the front of this microphone. So I'm going to leave that out because I don't use the speaker on the microphone. I want it on the 705. So take this like this. We're going to take off my little Gigaparts. Sorry, I'll give this away to somebody. If you're interested in the Gigaparts 3D printed 705, I don't know, I'll give it to you. Just let me know. Pay the shipping, I'll send it to you. Or I'll just send it to you. Why am I being cheap? That was totally ridiculous for me to tell you to pay for shipping. All right, so this is going to go like this, right? And there's a screw hole in the bottom. Okay, now I give you 2 washers that are more than just washers. They're like the, what do you call them? I'll show you one here. One of these. Make sure to use the washer. It's kind of like, kind of thick, but it's indented there, if you can see that. And mine used the shorter screw. I mean, the shorter screw went in there just fine. It's got plenty of torque on that. All right, so the other washer and screw would be for the tuner mounting. Now the next is time to install the tuner. However, I don't use a tuner. I'm really not going to use a tuner with this, and I don't have the tuner. Normally I just use resonant antennas. So what we're going to do is, in this situation, if you don't have a tuner, all right, here's the cable that is right for the front panel, okay? That can't go onto the radio because the radio is a BNC. This is a PL259 or a UHF connector. So what I'm going to do is go find an adapter. I'm going to go BNC like this right on the side of the radio. And then I'm going to do a BNC to SO239 female, and then plug this in like this. That's going to just basically get me an antenna from here to the front panel. If I had a tuner, this would go to the tuner first, then this would go to the output of the tuner. And there you go, you have the tuner. We're not going to be using a tuner. Let me find an adapter here and get that going, all right? For instance, this would be the micro USB. That's going to give you the USB on the front of this unit. Goes into the micro USB. This is going to be for the microphone. If you wanted to have the speaker on the front of the radio working, remember, don't plug in the speaker connection because then you got to use the speaker connection on the front. I want to bypass that and just have, I could plug both of them in with the mic, but it's not going to be connected to the radio. Basically, the speaker will be firing on the front here. I'm only using the mic side of this. And then your key and send, and then the power for the tuner. Now, I'm not going to use that either. That's over here in the back. There's the power of the tuner. Okay, so we're not going to use that. Maybe I should put something over it to keep it from hitting the case or whatever. I don't think it's going to bother anything. The grounds are going to stay right there. And remember now, when you have this bioenno in here, you're not going to be using, you have the charger port on the front, which is going to first, so this charger port on the front, let me see. Okay, is going to the bioenno. So you're going to charge the bioenno through here. The bioenno is powering the radio, which is also charging the internal or the battery on the back of the Icom. So you have two batteries now. You're going to be running 10 watts on the Bioenno here, keeping the radio powered. Once that Bioenno happens to die, it's going to just switch back over to the radio on the battery on the back of the radio here, which is going to give you 5 watts. Now, if you wanted to, you can plug in with the Anderson power poles here. This can go right to a solar charge controller for lithium iron phosphate or LiFePO4 batteries. Bioenno solar panel or charge controller, plug it right into here. That's going to charge this out in the field. That's all wired in the back here. All right. Let me get these plugged in. And when all is said and done, you can go to your parks on the air, your summits on the air, your QRP, and have everything you need right here on your 705. You could have your keying, your key or send, speaker and mic. Again, I chose to only hook up the microphone so the speaker on the front of the radio is working. Your antenna, your ground. Ground goes to the screw on the back of the radio, okay? I didn't show that in the video, but that's what that's for. And then you have a data port for your computer, USB. You have your charger for your Bioenno, if you use the wall wart charger, or Anderson power poles on the input on the front. When you switch this on, okay, gives you a battery indicator here of the Bioenno, and now it's charging the 705. It says in the manual that the reason this light on this switch, these versions has a light on the switch, don't pay attention to that, because the switch, it says the light on the power switch will not light. This is because the switch does not have a blocking diode. Also, you will see that the switch is a terminal that is not used. This is because of the same blocking diode issue. If you'd like to know more about this, you can give me a call and I will be happy to tell you all about it. Got his phone number here. Connect up an HF antenna and check to see if the radio is functioning correctly and that the tuner is working. If something is not, check all the connections. If there's still a problem, give me a call. If all is good, reinstall the chassis faceplate back in the bag. Be sure to not pinch any of the wiring while doing so. The next step is to get out and do some QRP. Thanks again for purchasing an Icom 705 Go bag. Now, I think this is pretty cool. I really do. Clear, precise instructions. It's got a carrying thing here, so I can put it on this here, carry this out to field day or QRP day or wherever you want. All right. I've noticed that I think the screw on the bottom of mine, I'm going to tighten a little more. It just seems that if I'm afraid of tightening it too much, it seems that if I push on this side's going to go all the way in. But for the most part, it's straight there and it's solid. Okay. There's like your mini HF rig in a bag, I might want to push this in a little more. This is quick for video, guys. I'm really going to go back through and make sure everything is exactly how it should be. And you could use it this way up top. Let's get the feet on the bottom of the case. And you could use it like this, right? And just to note, that I might have said in the beginning, the control cable. So it does come with the antenna tuner control cable, which is two 3.5 millimeter tip ring and sleeve cables, and then it also comes with the antenna coax, the coax jumper from the radio to the tuner. And I still have zip ties left and some fuses, so it gives you some blade fuses for probably not the tuner, but in the inside here there's a fuse, so that in case you have any issues with the battery with charging or powering the radio, check the fuse. It gives you a couple fuses here. And the zip ties. This antenna adapter is mine. I threw that in there, grabbed the wrong one. Couldn't find a barrel to show you in the video, but you get the idea. If I ever do get an antenna tuner for this, maybe I'll make a video updating on how to throw it in there, but it's very simple. It really is. To wrap this video up, here's how this goes. In this part, he did reinvent the wheel. Just for the simple fact that, you may say, well, what about the Icom backpack? That's great. Icom backpack's great. This is a lot smaller, though. And the Icom backpack doesn't have all the ports in the front like this, self-contained with a Bioenno battery in it, so that you can just, like this, away I go. Shut the switch off, Zip this up here. All right, I'll throw this in the front here, just so I have it all with me. Actually, I'll put this here, like that. I'll take this there, 1, 2, 3. Look at that. There you go. Icom 705, ready to go, ready to deploy. Nice solid gator case. It's got the feet on the bottom, so you can do it this way. I kind of like it, guys. W2HVH.com is the website. Clear instructions in here on how to do this. And, oh, I could even fit my microphone here in the front like this. Right? Boom, look at that. Everything I need, man. All I gotta have now is my chameleon backpack with all my chameleon antennas in it. Look at that, very light. Very, very, very light. Look at that. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. And thanks to W2HVH for providing me this. And you're gonna see him, I think, at Huntsville Hamfest. He might be up there. Might be in Orlando next year as well, so you can see them in person and probably buy them with show discounts or something. I'm not sure. But check out his website and check out, and maybe, just maybe, he might be working on one for an Icom 905. And that's a whole different animal with that kind of radio. But if you're into a 905, you might want to send him an email and say you want to be first on the list, because it'll be even more intense than this. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.
Ham Radio Concepts is brought to you by HamRadioPrep.com. It's never been easier to learn about ham radio before you take the exam. And Ham Radio Prep makes it fun and guarantees your success. Visit HamRadioPrep.com. Use the code ERIC20 to instantly save 20% off every course you buy. Remember the name, HamRadioPrep.com.